What up, everyone? Pat Mayo here with the quick preview for the 2021 RSM Classic DraftKings preview. If we go to the very top of the board this week, you're going to see one name and one name only that everyone wants to play. Webb Simpson is the betting favorite at 8.5 to 1 on DraftKingsSportsbook.com. He's also 11,200. You have a decision to make this week. Do you take Webb or do you not take Webb? He might get over 40% owned in large contests. He lost in a playoff here last year. He was third the year before. This is there's two courses this week. We'll get to that in a second. But it's a short Bermuda par 70. That is the Webb Simpson special. If you're looking for corollary courses, the Wyndham Championship, where Webb has won before, the Heritage, where Webb won this year. So it all makes kind of sense. If you want to play some game theory and fade Webb, there are some decent options in this top five above $10,000. My favorite play is Tyrrell Hatton. I don't understand why he's only $10,400 despite being a top 10 player in the world. He's the second highest ranked player, one spot behind Webb in this field, and he has been significantly better than Sung Jae and Tommy Fleetwood. And Russell Henley's good. He's been playing amazing, but Hatton's a world-class player. Just because he missed the cut at the U.S. Open and the PGA Championship at the Masters, you take out the three majors, the guy has been off the charts amazing so far. So when we think of someone like Hatton, it's an iron course. It is a putting course. Those are the two things that he does exceptionally well. He is not a fantastic driver of the ball, a lot like Webb Simpson. I think if you have a decision between the two, unless somehow you can squeeze them together and play them both, I would go Hatton over Webb and take those savings this week because I think the win equity is going to stay right around the same. For the field itself, there's 156 players. It's the biggest field of the year. It's two courses the first 2 days. You have the very short par 70 Seaside course, 7,005 yards. The par 72 Plantation course, 7,060 yards. They will alternate between those two the first 2 days. Then there's the cut, top 65 and ties. Then everyone else will just play Seaside for rounds 3 and 4. So it's Hatton for me at the top. When we go into the $9,000 level, I'm just going to excuse all the guys at the top. Expect Harris English, Russell Henley to be very popular. Munoz is going to be popular at 9,000, but I like Joaquin Niemann coming back from COVID. Played really well at Heritage earlier this year, tee to green. Made some putts, probably would have won, and Shane Lowry at $9,200. Continuing to go down, you're going to see a lot of ownership gravitate on the guys that played well last week. I mentioned Munoz, Connors, and Fratelli at 89 and 88 are both going to garner a lot of ownership this week. And they're fine plays. I would actually like to go to the bottom of this range and take Mac Hughes and Doc Redman at $81 and $8,000. Even below them, you have CT Pan and Taylor Gooch, both fine plays. Seb Straka at 76, Austin Cook at 75, who is a former winner at this event. But I think of the $7,000 guys, JT Poston at $7,300 is a perfect play here. He's won at Wyndham. He's competed at Heritage in the past. This is a perfect type of course for him. People liked him last week at the Masters for unknown reasons because he'd been playing well coming in. But that course does not suit him whatsoever. What you want to do is play JT Poston at a par 70 Bermuda against a weaker field, not against Dustin Johnson at Augusta. That just makes no sense. This week is a much better opportunity for JT Poston. And looking at his projected ownership on DraftKings, people are holding a miscut at the Masters against him for whatever reason. So I don't play into that narrative whatsoever. Use JT Poston here. And then into the sixes, if you want to round out your team, if you want to do a Webb and Hatton team, these are some guys you can throw in. I love the Gim Reaper. Doug Gim, $6,700, 3 top 25 finishes in his 4 starts to open the 2021 swing season. This is a great course for him. And when we think about all of the young players who have really broken out, whether it be Wolf, Morikawa, Hovland, Im, Scheffler, Doug Gim is just behind those guys in terms of, the age. I believe he's 24. We saw him compete at the Masters as an amateur a few years ago and placed really well. He is on that path as well. Him and Justin Sue are the next two that you should really have your eye on. $6,700. Over 80% of the winners so far in the swing season have been in the $6,000 range on DraftKings. So Gim Reaper, fire him up. Then if you want to get super low and play superstars and scrubs, JJ Spawn, $6,300. My guy, Sadashi Kadaira at $62. And then Camilo Villegas at the mid $6,000. If you are a glutton for punishment, use Camilo Villegas this week. The tee to green, amazing. The chipping and putting, not so amazing. It helps him miss cuts. But hey, just putt neutral, and all of a sudden you have a tee to green guy who's been really good. Anyway, I'm Pat Mayo. You can find my full show up on Mayo Media Network on YouTube or on the Pat Mayo Experience podcast with Ben Raza this week. Find the cheat sheet up at DKPlaybook.com.